Y'all, hey y'all, I'm sitting outside of court. Y'all see the court in the background? Yeah, babe, I just had to go to court. Hey, I thought they had charged me for fucking attempted murder or something. Had lawyers around whispering to the other guy and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? But I couldn't wait to do this video for y'all. Yeah. But you know, I like to do videos and see the responses that I get on my videos. You know, like I said, if one person say, you help me see Kane, I've done my job. You know, I'm looking back at a couple of videos last night. I haven't responded to you all because I'm like I said, I'm lazy. I'm on my cell phone all the time. I just look at my comments. So I'll probably get on my computer today or tomorrow and respond to each one of you guys that ask me questions about certain things. But like I said, if one person say, you know, I read a comment last night, you know, some lady was saying, you know, see, Kane, you got me going to work more. You got me hitting that clock. You know, thinking about her retirement, thinking about her Social Security. But anyway, y'all, this video is about court. Now, let me tell y'all what had happened. I didn't tell y'all, you know, this story because I didn't know the outcome. But let me tell y'all, September of last year, yeah, my birthday month, September. It was around the end of September. And I'm just going to sit here and talk because when I get out, in this parking lot, there's a lot of traffic and I want to pay attention. I don't want no cops and stuff seeing me, you know, recording and stuff. But September, you know, in September I had a fender bender in my car. Yeah. Went to Walgreens and you know, got some stuff and came out. You know, look, see nobody, look, bag back. Then, you know, I saw some movement and I saw a truck in my rearview mirror, and before I could hit on my brakes or honk my horn or anything, we collided. So yeah, we had a fender bender. I'm like, well, goddamn. So I got out. I think it's the passenger side. See, I forget. I think it's the passenger side. Bumper bent in, tail light smashed all on the ground, fucked up. I'm like, well, goddamn. And it was this white guy. He was driving this truck like I remember it was like an Xterra, Nissan Xterra or something like that. You know, that his bumper was like thick as hell. I mean, I remember. And he was like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm like, what happened? And he was like, well, I already backed out and then you backed out. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I didn't see you. You know, I looked both ways or whatever. I didn't see you. And then he was like, well, he just standing there like, well, what you want to do? You know, he had, looked like somebody got like a fingernail file and just did like a small little line on his little bumper. And like I said, my bender bumped in. My bumper bent in, glass gone. I'm like, well, shit. I'm like, well, evidently, I got damaged. So he was just looking at me like, well, I'm okay. You okay? What you want to do? I'm like, well, I need to get a report because, you know, my shit fucked up. And, you know, I'm trying to go over my head, you know, who fault was it? I didn't see him or whatever. So I remember when I was backing out, but before I can back out, I saw a truck coming in. And the truck had parked right beside me. So he got out and came over there just looking. And he was like, y'all all right? And I'm like, yeah. And the other guy was like, yeah, it was hot as hell. And the other guy like, yeah, I'm okay. And I asked the guy, I'm like, but did you see what happened? He was like, no, I didn't see what happened. I was trying to park. So I told the guy, I said, well, let's just switch information. I said, but I am going to get a police report. And the reason I'm telling you guys this story is also, if you have any kind of accident, I don't care if it's a simple fender bender or whatever, and you think you might have damage or whatever, just get a police report always, no matter what. I don't know the emergency number. I couldn't even think of the non-emergency number. I just called 911. I said, it's not an emergency. I'm sorry, but I need somebody, you know, I need you to dispatch somebody. I said, they dispatched the constable. Took them forever, damn near 40 minutes to come out. So, you know, while we waiting for the constable, about 5 tow trucks come up. I'm like, well, damn, you know, like I say, don't move your vehicle. I didn't move my vehicle. We took pictures and everything. I took video of, you know, of the surroundings and everything of his, like I say, his little bitty last small scratch. So, tow driver was looking, and one female came up, you know, like we best buddies. Hey girl, I like your hair, girl. You all right, girl? Ooh, let me see your nails, girl. I'm trying to be friendly. I'm like, you know, thank you. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna need a tow. You know, we just waiting for the constable. So they all finally left. Anyway, the constable come, right? I'll never forget her little ass, and this little young chick. Like, she just fucking bothered. She was like, well, what's the problem? I'm like, well, as you can see, we had a fender bender. I want a police report. Well, I can't give you a police report because it happened on private property. Private property. That exactly. No, she didn't say private property. She said it happened on business. Happened on the business property or something. And I can't give you no report. You need to go online on the www.this and fill out this report. Then you need to go on. I mean, like, she was just like ready to go. Then you need to go on this website and go on the www.gov.transportation. I'm like, And I never forget, y'all. I'm like, And she looked at me. I said, I said, no, I'm not finna do all of that. I said, I'm not finna do all of that. I said, it's your job to give me a police report. You're here. I'm asking you to give me a police report. Y'all, she looked at me and she was like, all right, hold on. I'm like, damn, bitch, you know, really? Again, starting the car for another 20 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Oh, let me back up. Before the constables come, the guy, he was still just standing around just looking. And I'm looking at him, you know. And I'm looking at him like, you know, you said you looking, you didn't see what happened. I'm like, no, I'm just looking at him. And he was like, he said, did you take pictures? You got all of your pictures? And I assume he was talking to me. Cause I remember I was looking down or something and I looked up, I looked at him, I'm like, yeah, I said, I took my pictures. He gonna tell me, oh, I wasn't talking to you. True story. That's what the so-called witness said. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, excuse the fuck out of me then. Hey, what the fuck you standing around here for then? You know, and I never forget, because I had got in my car, because like it was hot, so I sat in my car, and I looked, I'm like, what the fuck are they over there doing? The guy, you know, the guy in the truck, and the other guy that, you know, looking and shit, they over there on the hood of his car writing down shit. I'm like, what the fuck they over there doing? You know, I'm like, what are they over there doing? I ain't paying no attention. So I got in my car again trying to listen. And I remember they like turned their back towards me and they was right. I'm like, what the fuck are they over there doing? So I'm like, okay. So so this when the constable came and everything, and you know, after she went back to her car and you know, did what the hell she's supposed to have been done, she came back to me. Well, first of all, here's your ticket for parking in a handicap spot. I'm like, what? Now, like I said, I was already out of the handicap spot, so was a guy. Y'all know I have a handicap sticker that's legal, that belongs to me. I remember the handicap thing was right here on my seat. I remember taking it down and just throwing it on my seat. I said, ma'am, here's my handicap placard right here. I said, I don't just leave it dangling when I'm driving, because first of all, it's illegal. And that's how I was talking to her. I said, first of all, it's illegal for it to be dangling when you drive. And I said, I was in the process of driving. I always takes it down. Okay, well, I didn't see it, so just when you go to court, just take it, show it to them, and they should dismiss that. And also, I'm going to give you a citation for illegally. What the paper say? Illegally backing up or causing an accident or something. I'm like, wait a minute. I say, I'm like, wait a minute. I said, you throwing all of these charges on me? I said, how you gonna just pick me to give me a ticket for causing an accident? Oh, will he have a witness? I'm like, what witness? And before I can even get witness out of my mouth good, I'm like, oh, I said, that man over there that I got small with, I said, him. I said, he said he didn't even see shit. So anyway, she was like, well, you know, gave me the paperwork and shit and go to court. Oh, I'm like, God damn. So I'm thinking, I got home and talked to my husband about it. He was like, well, you know, who fault was it? I say, Ernie, you know, you look. And I looked again, because I seen the truck pull back, and I looked again. But evidently I was already backing out. I don't know. I said, I don't think it was my fault. I say, shit like that just happened. You know, we backed out at the same time. I think that's what happened. So what I did the next day, even the constable, she was telling me, she was like, she said, well, you know, stores like this, and she, you know, that's the best thing that she ever told me. She said they have cameras. They have cameras outside of the store. So if you want to go in and see if they can give you a tape of, you know, exactly what happened, you know, you can. Because I never would have thought of that. So that's why I'm telling y'all this story too. So I went into Walgreens like a couple of days afterwards or whatever. And I had called first, and I was talking to the guy, you know, I need if they can give me a disc or whatever. And he was like, what date was it? And I told him the date, and he was like, okay, which accident? I'm like, what you mean, which accident? He said it was like 3 accidents that same day because that parking lot, y'all, believe it or not, that particular Walgreens, it's made so weird. Like the parking spots are really close together, and you barely, when you backing up, it's like another car, it's like parked behind you, so you have to like really, excuse me, maneuver your way. It is messed up. He said we could accidents all the time because this parking lot is really small, and we get a lot of accidents. So I had to come up to the store, and I told the manager the exact time it happened, you know, on the report, and I had to tell her where I was parked at so she can, like, you know, go to the camera and stuff. So she made me a thing or whatever. So anyway, y'all, today February the 5th, took all that time. I had to do the little pre-thing or whatever to, you know, to say not guilty, you know. And so I had to set a trial, and I set a trial by jury. Never do a trial by judge because they, yeah. So first of all, I always get an accident report no matter what happens. And when you have to go to court, set a trial by jury. You get a jury. But anyway, y'all, bottom line is, my God is better than the court's God, because that shit was dismissed. Because I'm telling you what happened. Like, I remember the guy. I had took a picture of his driver's license and everything, so I remember his face. So when he walked in, I'm like, that's him right there. And I saw him in the corner with his lawyer. I'm like, well, shit, he got a fucking lawyer for real. And I even called my insurance company, and they were like, well, you know, I even told them about the, you know, the tape I had made them an email copy of it, and I sent them the pictures in the video, and they got back with me. They were like, well, we decided it's, you know, both of y'all faults. You know, it's 50-50. You know, if you file a claim with us, we'll fix half of your car, and you fix the other half. And if he file a claim, we'll fix half of his stuff, and, you know, he'll fix the other half of whatever. But my husband fixed my car, because my deductible, it wasn't, the amount to fix it was way cheaper than the deductible, of course. So my husband fixed it himself. So anyway, what happened was, like I said, I'm looking at the guy going back and forth, the lawyer going back and forth with the guy, they whispering, and I'm like, what the hell? And I remember, like I said, they witnessed, and I was trying to, you know, I didn't see him in the courtroom, and they were trying to call out, and I remember they was calling all of the witnesses and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I don't think he here. And then the judge finally called me up, you know, and said dismiss. Okay, everything's dropped, dismiss. And he called the other guy up. He said, oh, no, dismiss. And at the same time we were sitting in the courtroom, I could see the guy, you know, he was looking at me. So, you know, I figured he just remembered me or whatever. So we walked out of the courtroom. He touched me. He said, Ms. Kane, I just want to let you know, they wanted me to testify against you, saying that you were parked in the handicap spot. Still trying to find some shit on me. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, they wanted me to testify, because he said he didn't even file a claim. He didn't file a claim. He wasn't going to file a claim. He just had to come to court because the paper said come to court. But they wanted that man to testify against me, saying that I was parked in the handicap spot. And I told him, I said, like I showed you at the thing, I said, this is mine. It's legal. I wasn't legally in the handicap spot when the woman came. I was in the middle of the damn parking lot. But I said, thank you. I said, I appreciate that. Thank you. He was like, yeah. He said, I don't understand it, but they really wanted me to testify against you for that. But anyway, y'all, that made my day. I'm glad this shit over, because like I said, this happened in September. And I had, like I said, I had your proof, and I had all of my proof and stuff. My little CD thingy Walgreens had made me, my little thing. That's proving that we both backed out at the same time. Because I was waiting for that damn witness to come up and say that the guy was out first. You know, I was waiting for him to come to court and lie. But he didn't even show up. But anyway, y'all. Yeah, I'm happy about it. But again, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I always get a report. If they don't want to give, it's their job. Constables, sheriff, whatever. It's their job to give you a report, because what happened was the other car I had before this, somebody backed into me. And I didn't see any damage, of course, but I'm like, you know what, they just changed insurance, because, you know, it's expensive to fix this car if there is some underdamaged, you know, problems or whatever I don't see. And I got her insurance information, everything, you know, it wasn't expired and all of this stuff. Got her driving license and stuff. Got to the damn house, called her insurance company. Oh, she don't have insurance. I'm like, what? Well, they say here that it don't expire. Of course, y'all know they don't mean shit. He was like, yeah, but she ain't paid on this policy in 6 months. Now I don't know if he was lying to me or whatever, but my husband looked down under the car and stuff, and he's like, no, there ain't nothing wrong with your car. You know, he wasn't shaking or anything, but just to be safe, again, I always get a report, because if something happens, they don't have insurance or whatever, and it's their fault or whatever, you have no proof and grounds to sue or whatever. But yeah, hope you guys learned something. Get your report. I don't care that I want to do it. You gonna give me a damn accident report. But anyway, y'all, I'm happy. I'm finna go home. And I holla. My God is a good God.